Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. From the birth of chips to the present, they have been produced using lithography technology, which is to use light to project chip patterns onto silicon wafers. Therefore, chip manufacturing cannot be separated from the support of lithography machines, and more advanced lithography machines are needed. The manufacturing of lithography machines is even more difficult, and was once called the jewel in the crown of human industry. Because of this, the Dutch lithography giant ASML has attracted much attention. Recently, ASML talked about domestic chips, but its remarks were questioned. You can imagine that a chip the size of a fingernail can actually hold tens of billions of transistors. What kind of concept is this? It is equivalent to condensing a large city into a small piece, and it is necessary to ensure that they can function normally. This is the role of lithography machines, which is equivalent to turning ordinary photography into nanometers. It can be seen how important lithography machines are. The point is that as the chip manufacturing process continues to develop in the direction of miniaturization, lithography machines are also constantly improving. High-end lithography machines are needed to produce advanced chips. At present, the most advanced lithography machine is EUV, and only ASML can produce it in the world. However, no matter how advanced EUV is, it is useless for China because they won't sell it to us. Of course, it's not that ASML doesn't want to sell it. After all, it's a company. Who doesn't want to make money? But the shipment is interfered by the United States. As early as the beginning of 2018, SMIC and ASML reached the first EUV purchase order, worth about $120 million. Originally, this EUV was to be delivered at the end of 2019, but the United States used the Wassenaar arrangement as an excuse to put pressure on the Dutch government 4 times in a row, causing the Dutch government not to issue an export license to ASML. As a result, this EUV has not been delivered so far. Since then, ASML's EUV can no longer be shipped to the mainland. However, ASML has launched more advanced immersion DUV lithography machines, such as TWINSCAN NXT 2000i, which can also produce 7 nanometers and 5 nanometers chips. However, it is still okay to produce chips above 7 nanometers. If you produce 7 nanometers and 5 nanometers, you need multiple layers of exposure, which will increase costs and reduce yields. TSMC has done this before, and later all products below 7 nanometers use EUV. Even so, the United States does not allow it. In the past 2 years, it has revised its export control policy to restrict the export of advanced immersion DUV. In order to achieve the restriction target, the United States has also reached a 3-party agreement with the Netherlands and Japan, urging the 2 parties to implement export controls and restrict the export of cutting-edge semiconductor equipment such as lithography machines to China, in an attempt to form a comprehensive blockade and completely obstruct the development of Chinese chips. However, what they did not expect was that China's domestic chip production capacity has increased significantly, of course, mainly mature chips. Therefore, ASML President Fukai said in an interview recently that from a technical analysis point of view, the export control of lithography machines is very effective. The United States and the Netherlands have restricted the export of EUV to China, causing mainland chips to lag behind the West by 10 or 15 years. At the same time, Fukai also said that such a result was not what he wanted. After all, ASML is just a private enterprise, and its revenue from the mainland accounted for about half of its revenue in the third quarter of this year, and it was basically the same in the past 2 quarters. Fukai also said that ASML spent more than 20 years developing EUV, and many technologies at that time were already public. So the mainland did not need to develop everything from scratch when developing low-end EUV, but ASML already had high-end EUV. China also admits that ASML has a great advantage in this regard, but without EUV, China's chips would not lag behind so much. If the United States had not prevented SMIC from obtaining EUV at that time, I believe that China's chip technology would not lag behind TSMC. Because Liang Mengsong said that the key technology research and development of 5 nanometers and 3 nanometers has been launched, just waiting for the arrival of EUV lithography machines. Even without EUV, even if the United States continues to expand chip restrictions, China's domestic chip technology is constantly breaking through. The return of Huawei's Kirin chip is the best proof. The self-developed Kirin chip has been verified to have reached 7 nanometers. The Kirin 9020, which was launched some time ago, has been verified to have more advanced performance. The key is that Huawei has publicly stated that all chips are made in China. At present, the most advanced process for mass production in the world is 3 nanometers. There are only 2 generations between 7 nanometers and 3 nanometers, and 1 generation is 2 years, which is less than 5 years. How can it be 10 or 15 years behind? The president of ASML is a bit exaggerated. In this regard, some foreign media directly asked, is EUV really that important? At present, the performance of Huawei Mate 70 series mobile phones equipped with Kirin 9020 is no less than that of other mobile phones using TSMC's 3 nanometers and 4 nanometers chips. Despite this, China must continue to develop domestic EUV. The more restrictions the United States imposes, the more it must break through in order to avoid being strangled.